मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लाङ्घायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं। नमयों विष्णुपादाय श्रीगौरप्रियमूर्तये श्रीमते भक्तिवल्लभतीर्थगोस्वामिनामिने। कृपया क्षमतामपराधिजनं कलुषायुतशक्तसुदीननरं सुपथे परिचालय सर्वदिनं। प्रणमामि च माधवदेवपदम्। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th canto, 3rd chapter. We are going through verse number 24. In this verse, it is said that the Lord's name, activities, qualities, etc., even though not performed in totality, even though they are chanted in an improper manner, still one will be freed from all sinful actions. One does not have to chant purely or in totality. Even improper chanting will award the liberation from all the, frees one from all sinful actions. Yesterday we read in Purport, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, it will not only free one from sinful actions, it will also award liberation. If one is performing offenseless chanting, it may not be pure chanting, but just offenseless chanting, free from offenses. That is enough to get liberation. In the case of Ajamila, it has happened. When Ajamila has chanted the holy name, he got even liberation also. That was not a pure name, because he was addressing his son. When he chanted the name, he was addressing his son. And then he was reminded. So that is called Sanketya Namabhas. It's an indirect chanting. And an improper chanting, Namabhasa, means just a glimpse of it, not in totality, not in actuality. Still, Ajamila got liberated, not just freed from sinful actions. We heard in the previous chapter now previous to the previous chapter, when Sukadeva Goswami talks about karma kanda as an atonement for all sinful actions, Parikshit Maharaj says no, because the desire to commit sin is not finished even though one is performing atonement. It's not finished. The desire to commit sin is still existing. Whereas when one performs devotion, not only the sin is destroyed, but the root cause of committing that sin is also destroyed. Therefore, there is no chance of further committing sin, as it happened in the case of Ajamila. After he realized, after he was freed from all sinful actions, at that time he understood the importance of bhakti, devotion, and just because of his chanting of the holy name, how Vishnudutas had delivered him from the Yamadutas. And therefore, immediately after Vishnudutas and Yamadutas disappeared from that place, Ajamila, he went on a pilgrim tour. He went to Badrikashram. He performed severe penances there. He concentrated his mind entirely on the lotus feet of Lord Narayana. And thus, over a certain period of time, the Vishnudutas came and took him in airplane to Vishnu Loka. So he was delivered by chanting the holy name, even though it was improper. So we have to continue the purport by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. We haven't completed it yesterday, so I'll continue from where we left off. মুক্তিম ইয়ায়া মুক্তিপদ প্রাপ্ত হইয়াছিল কিন্তু কেবল পাপক্ষয় নহে, এই জন্যই তাহার নাম গ্রহণাদির দ্বারা ইহা বলা হইয়াছে. So, in the case of Ajamila, not only was he freed from sins, he was also delivered from this material world. That is why the importance of chanting the holy name, or chanting the glories of Supreme Lord, or chanting the activities of Supreme Lord. You see, there is no difference between the Lord, His name, His form, His qualities, His pastimes, His associates, etc. How? The Lord's name is Krishna. What is the meaning of Krishna? Krishna is an all-attractive principle. He attracts everyone and gives pleasure to everyone. That is why Krishna. So, his name and his qualities, they are not different. His name is based on his qualities. Similarly, his form. Shyama Sundar, he has a very beautiful, a color like a cloud. Shyama Varna. That is why Shyama Sundar. His form is being described in the name. You see, our form, our qualities, they are not in our name. Somebody is Rajiva Lochan. Rajiva Lochan means whose eyes are like lotus. Kamala Lochan, eyes like lotus. But he has no eyes. He is blind. A blind person can be named as Kamal Lochan, right? A beggar can be named as Lakshmipati. You know Lakshmipati? Who is Lakshmipati? You don't know? Narayan. Lakshmipati means husband, husband of Lakshmi. Narayan. A beggar can be named as Lakshmipati. But he is a beggar. Narayan is not a beggar. Narayan is no scarcity of money. Lakshmipati is husband of wealth. Lakshmi means what? Wealth. But he can be named as Lakshmipati. But Lord's name and Lord's qualities, Lord's form, they are not different. No, one can be described, one person's name is Sundar. Sundar Shyam, Sundar Gopal. Sundar. But he is black. His sight is not so pleasing. He is not Sundar. Sundar means beautiful. Isn't it? But name can be Sundar. So our qualities and our name, our form and our name, they don't match. Our activities and our name does not match. Lakshmipati is a beggar, he is begging. His activities and his name, there is no match. But Supreme Lord's activities, Giridhari, a person who has lifted Govardhana hill. A person who has lifted Govardhana hill means his name is based on the activities. His name is indicating his activities. Therefore, there is no difference between the name and his activities. Radhapati, husband of Radha, or Radha Kanta, the lover of Radharani. Yashoda Nandan, son of Yashoda. Nanda Nandan, son of Nanda Maharaj. Therefore, his name is based on his associates. Nanda Nandan, son of Nanda Maharaj, so associates are there in his name. Yashoda Nandan, the associates are there in his name. Therefore, the Lord's name, his form, his qualities, his associates, and his abode also. Brindavana Chandra, the Lord's name is Brindavana Chandra, the moon of Brindavan, because he is living in Brindavan. I am living in Mayapur, I cannot be called as Mayapur Chandra. My name may be Mayapur Chandradas, but I cannot be Mayapur Chandra. So, my name and my place or my activities, my qualities, they are totally different. The Lord's name, the Lord's form, Lord's qualities, Lord's associates, Lord's abode, everything is the same. Therefore, it is said, name, form, qualities, pastimes, associates, all are one. There is no difference in absolute realm. In this place, they are all different. But in that realm, everything is the same. So, if one chants either Lord's name, his activities, his qualities, they are all one and the same. যেমন উক্ত হইয়াছে শ্রবণম কীর্তনম ধ্যানম, অর্থাৎ প্রবুদ্ধ নামক যোগীন্দ্র বললেন অদ্ভুত কর্মা শ্রী হরির জন্ম, কর্ম ও গুণসমূহের শ্রবণ কীর্তন ও সতত ধ্যান করিতে হইবে এবং যাবতীয় দেহযাত্রা কেবল ভগবানের আরাধনার উদ্দেশ্যেই শিক্ষা করিতে হইবে. So, in the discussion between Nimi and the Navayogendras, Prabuddha Muni, one of the Navayogendras, he says that one has to hear, speak and constantly meditate upon the appearance, pastimes, the activities and the qualities of Supreme Lord. They are our object of our speech, of our ears and of our mind, means meditation. All the sense organs, their object of action, whether it is meditating, hearing, speaking, whatever it is, it should all be about the activities, form, appearance of Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. In fact, he says one's target of life should be only remembrance of Supreme Lord. He says here, Prabuddha Muni is telling that Javatiya Deha Yatra, whatever activity one is performing while living in this world, it should be for the worship of Supreme Lord only. Means, whether we are sleeping, whether we are eating, whether we are walking, whether we are jumping, whatever activity we are doing, it should be solely for the purpose of worshipping Supreme Lord only. There should not be any other target excepting the worship of Supreme Lord. Why? This body is given by Supreme Lord. This body belongs to Him. Therefore, whatever the Lord has given, it has to be offered to Him only. Then only it can receive its. Then only it can reach its perfection, or it's called as perfection. The Lord has given so many trees where there are flowers and fruits. If I pluck them for my sense enjoyment, if I take them for my sense enjoyment, then I am a cheater, I am a thief, I am a deceiver. But because that does not belong to me, the tree is given by Supreme Lord. You may say, I have sown the seed, this is my land, and I have sown the seed, I have watered this. But you fool, who has given you the seed? Who has given you the earth, which is, required to make that seed into a tree? This earth you have not produced in your factory. You have not produced the seed in the factory. You have not produced water in your factory that you are utilizing to bring it to a tree form. You are just using everything that belongs to Lord, and you are claiming that this belongs to me. What is this? This is a foolish person's argument. Everything belongs to Lord. All the raw material belongs to Lord. The air that is required to the tree, that is also Lord is supplying. The sunlight that is required to the tree, that is also Lord supplying. So what is it that you are doing? Simply putting the seed in the earth, and you are claiming it is yours. Fool number one. So whatever activity we do, that should be as an offering to Supreme Lord only. Yad karosi, yad asnasi, yad juhosi, dadasi yad tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurushve mad arpanam. The Lord is telling to Arjuna, whatever you do, whatever sacrifice you perform, whatever charity activity you do, whatever penance you may involve in, my dear Arjuna, do it as an offering to me only. Because everything is supplied by the Lord. Why are you doing it for your purpose? Oh, I have done it, therefore I want to get the fruit of it. I want to get the result. No. So here, Prabuddha Muni is telling that in fact, one should spend one's life only for the purpose of worshipping Supreme Lord and nothing else. तस्मात् संकीर्तनम विष्णु. अर्थात श्री शुकदेव बोलें, हे कौरव्यो, अतएव भगवान विष्णुर नाम संकीर्तन जगतेर मंगलजनक एवं उहा महापाप समूहेर ऐकांतिक प्रायश्चित्त स्वरूप यह तुम्ही निश्चित रूपे जानियो. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur here is giving so many evidences from various parts of the scriptures, particularly from Srimad Bhagavatam, mentioning how Srimad Bhagavatam is only talking about Nama Sankirtan. It's only talking about the worship of Supreme Lord and nothing else. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is giving all the evidence here. How? By chanting the holy name, one will be freed from all sins. So, Sukadeva Goswami is telling to Parikshit Maharaj, when there is no auspicious activity other than chanting Lord Vishnu's name. Chanting Vishnu's name is the highest auspicious activity, and one will be freed from the greatest sins by chanting the holy name, and it is the highest form of atonement. Even for any kind of sin, this is the highest form of atonement, chanting of the holy name. Therefore, my dear Parikshit, understand it for certain that there is nothing above chanting the holy name. Chanting holy name is the supreme. Anudinam idam adarena shrinvan. In the 4th canto, 23rd chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said, अर्थात पृथु चरित्र वर्णना पूर्वक महामुनि मैत्रेय बोलें, निरंतर सादरे एई भगवत अवतार पृथु चरित्र श्रवण और कीर्तन करते करते आसक्ति रहित होइया मनुष्य भवसिंधु उत्तीर्ण होइबार प्लवस्वरूप श्री भगवत पाद पद्म जुगले ऐकांत की भक्ति लाभ करिया थाके. How can one attain the lotus feet of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna? how can one attain devotion to the Lord of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna? It is being spoken in this verse. Maitreya Rishi is telling, you see, the pastimes of Prithu Maharaj, after speaking the glories of Prithu Maharaj, Prithu is a Shaktyavesha avatar of Vishnu. He is a Shaktyavesha avatar, means he is a empowered incarnation of Supreme Lord. Like Vedavyasa is an empowered incarnation. In a similar manner, Prithu is also an empowered incarnation. So, Prithu Maharaj, after describing the appearance and various pastimes of Prithu Maharaj, Maitreya Rishi is telling, those who attentively hears, speaks the appearance and the activities of Prithu Maharaj, they will get devotion at the lotus feet of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Because speaking and hearing the glories of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna is the topmost form of devotional activity. By doing so, one will take the boat to cross over this material world. That boat is the lotus feet of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Mam upetyatu kaunteya punarjanmo navidyate. Those who submit to me, those who surrender to me, there is no rebirth to such a person. He does not have to again come to this material world. He will no longer be drowned in the ocean of nescience. So, here Maitreya Rishi is telling how Kirtana and Shravana are important. Speaking the glories and hearing the glories or the name of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna is important. So, as I told already, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is giving so many scriptural evidences to prove how holy name is the topmost. It's already done previously, but unless until we are repeatedly told about the significance of the holy name, importance of the holy name, we will not get the taste to chant the holy name. We should, if we understand the importance of an object, then we will crave to get it. If I don't feel the necessity of an object, like I know that food is important to me, therefore I will struggle by all means to fill my stomach because I know the importance of food. I know the importance of money, therefore by whatever means, by hook or crook, I would want to get money because I know the importance of money. Similarly, when I know the importance of bhakti, when I will come to know about the importance of the holy name, then by all means I will try to attain that holy name, or I will try to chant that holy name. Therefore, here repeatedly it is being told about the importance of the holy name. You have to hear repeatedly. What is the significance of this human birth? What should we do after attaining this human birth? What is the highest welfare? When we understand all these things, then we will automatically endeavor to attain that. That is why Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is giving various evidences and substantiating the point about Shravana and Kirtana. इत्यादि प्रमाणानुसारे भक्तिर बहुविधो अंग समूहेर श्रद्धावृत्तिर सम्यक रूपेउ जे विधान ताहा निरपराधेर प्रेम वृद्धिर निमित्तई जानिते होइबे. So all the various limbs of devotion are mentioned at various places. The evidence is given repeatedly so that we get faith in those devotional activities. We don't have faith today. That is why we have to repeatedly hear. When we attain faith, yes, this is told by Prithu Maharaj, this is told by Maitreya Rishi, this is told by Sukadeva Goswami, yes, this is told by Prahlad, this is told by Dhruva. When we repeatedly hear about this great personality speaking about the glories of the name, form, qualities, pastimes, etc., then we will have faith That is the purpose of so many evidence. যেমন শ্রদ্ধামৃত কথায়াম মে, অর্থাৎ আমার অমৃততুল্য কথাতে শ্রদ্ধা ইহা উপক্রম করিয়া শ্রী ভগবান উদ্ধবকে বললেন, therefore amritatulya kathate shraddha. To Uddhava, the Lord is telling that one should have faith in my katha, in my glories, in my activities. They are amritatulya. Amritatulya means they are nectarian. They are immortal drink. That is an immortal drink. You know immortal drink? Amrita. Amrita, nectar. That immediately makes one beyond this mortal plane. As long as we drink any juices of this material world, that is going to be lost in this mortal plane only. Isn't it? But when we drink the immortal nectar, then that will take us beyond this material plane. श्रद्धामृत कथायाम में, अर्थात আমার অমৃততুল্য কথাতে শ্রদ্ধা ইহা উপক্রম করিয়া শ্রী ভগবান উদ্ধবকে বললেন, এবং ধর্মৈর মনুষ্যাণাম, অর্থাৎ হে উদ্ধব, আমার উদ্দেশ্যে আত্মনিবেদনকারী মানবের পূর্বকথিত ধর্মসমূহের দ্বারা আমাতে ভক্তি সমুৎপন্ন হয়। মাই ডিয়ার উদ্ধব, when one submits to me completely and follows whatever has been told to you previously, then that will be bhakti. Means any activity performed for the satisfaction of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna with complete surrender is bhakti. Any activity. Any activity means any activity. Anything that you do with total submission to Supreme Lord is bhakti. That may apparently seem to be a wrongdoing. That may apparently seem to be, oh, he has spoken lie. Oh, he has killed so many persons. It may apparently look so. But if one is performing that activity with total submission to Supreme Lord, then it will be called as bhakti. We heard previously already, Hanuman killed so many innocent persons in Lanka. He killed so many innocent persons by setting fire to Lanka. Pregnant women are killed. Small children are killed. The dependent women, the Brahmanas, everyone got killed when he set fire. So he is a great sinner. But because he has done it in submission to Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, it cannot be called as sin. It is bhakti. If I set fire, then it is sin. But Hanuman has set fire, it is devotion. So setting fire, activity itself is neither good or bad. The purpose behind it, the intention behind it, if it is done with a total submission to Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, then it will be devotion. Any dharma activity, if one is performing so-called charity, one may say one is doing some charity activity, oh, this is not devotee's activity. If he is doing it as a service to Supreme Lord with complete submission to him, then that is devotion. I am doing charity, imitating someone, then it cannot be so. Like Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he ordered Ban Maharaj, you have to preach to these foreign delegates, etc. You can wear the coat, you bring shoes. He sent one of his disciples, bring shoes for him, bring nice coat and pant for him so that he can preach. He is a sannyasi. How can he wear all these things? But it is Guru's order. He has completely submitted to the lotus feet of Guru. Therefore, that is devotion. Pujapad Van Goswami became successful. Another disciple of Prabhupada, he saw, oh, okay, Prabhupada has ordered that to preach, in order to preach, we can wear, shoes, you call boot. Do you call boot?
Boots or shoes.
Shoes, yeah. So, he is wearing boots, and then he is wearing nice, coat, because Prabhupada has ordered. That person faced a fall down after few years, because that was not Guru's order to him. Guru sees time, place, circumstances and persons whom he is giving order to, and then he is doing out of submission to Guru, then that became devotion. Other person imitated, that became a cause of his fall down. So, an activity by itself cannot be called as good or bad, bhakti or not bhakti. Only if it is done with total submission, it will be called as bhakti. For example, I am chanting whole day, not only 64, 3 lakh names, 300,000 names a day I am chanting, but not with submission to God. It cannot be called as devotion. I am chanting all through the day, but I have no submission. I am thinking only about worldly things, worldly pleasures, this and that. It cannot be called as devotion. One may be chanting only 1 or 2 rounds in a day. Maybe. I am just telling an example. But he is doing with total submission. That is devotion. Because activity in itself, external activity in itself, cannot be called as devotion. Therefore, here Krishna is telling to Uddhava, my dear Uddhava, whatever I told so far to you, if one performs those activities with total submission to me, that is devotion. There should not be any confusion what is devotion, what is not devotion. The first and foremost criterion is submission to me. Atma Nivedan. If that is there, then it is devotion. Otherwise not. এই ভক্তির আর কি অন্য সাধনরূপ প্রয়োজন অবশিষ্ট থাকিতে পারে? এখানে means when it is performed, nothing else remains to be performed. If devotion is performed, or if anyone is performing any activity with total submission to me, nothing else remains to be performed. That is highest. এখানে ভক্তি শব্দের দ্বারা প্রেম ভক্তি যুক্ত হইয়াছে. Here now we have to take bhakti as prema bhakti. Bhakti means not simple devotion. When one performs total submission to me, then it will be prema bhakti only. Why? What is prema? What is love? Love means complete faith. We have complete faith unconditionally. That is love. So, prema bhakti means devotion and loving devotion, both are very different. Devotion is just a generic term. You are devoted to someone. But prema bhakti means where there is full faith and confidence in the object of worship that he is my rescuer, he is my protector, he is my all in all, and unconditionally. Maybe he is showing some kind of indifference to me, but still he is my object of worship, unconditional. को अन्यः अन्य की साधन यह बोलाय मोक्षवु निराकृत होइयाछे. So even liberation is what you call insignificant. Even liberation is insignificant for a devotee, because he has totally submitted to Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, and therefore for him even liberation he does not want to take. नामापराध युक्त नाम अर्थात যাহারা নামাপরাধ যুক্ত শ্রী নামই তাহাদের পাপ সমূহ বিনাশ করেন. যাহারা নামাপরাধ যুক্ত শ্রী নামই তাহাদের পাপ সমূহ বিনাশ করেন. Those who are performing nama aparadha, offenses to the holy name, it is only through the holy only the sins, ordinary sins, but here it is being talked about the offenses to the holy name. How can one be freed from the offenses? It's telling that again by the name only, by chanting the holy name only, one can be freed. So, if one wants to, that even brings us to the topmost plane of service to Supreme Lord. Name is the only sadhana, it's the only practice by which one can transcend all these platforms and reach all the way up to Prema Bhakti. पापक्षयाश्च भवति स्मरताम अर्हिषम, अर्थात दिवारात्र स्मरणकारी गणेर पापक्षयो हइया थाके এই স্থলে चकार प्रयोगेर द्वारा नामापराधक्षय एवं प्रेम भक्ति लभ्य হয় এরূপ व्याख्या करिते হইবে. Therefore, when one chants day and night, means constantly, continuously, then one will be freed from the sins, offenses, and then attain up to prema bhakti. अतएव पाप ताहार वासना, ताहार मूलभूत अविद्यार क्षय एवं सायुज्य सालुक्यादि प्राप्ति नामाभासेर একটিরই ফল, ইহা এই উপাখ্যানেই দৃষ্ট হইল. So in the case of Ajamila, one will be able to understand that by namabhas, just by one chanting of the holy name in abhasa platform, once, just like Narayana, he chanted once at the time of death in abhas means when he chanted, he was, although he was addressing his son, he was reminded of Narayana. He was not chanting properly or purely to address Narayana, he was addressing his son, but just got reminded of it. So from this Ajamila's case, one will be able to understand that even by one name in abhasa stage, all the sins, the desire to commit sins, and the ignorance which is making the desire of committing the sins, and even the desire to liberation will be finished. I'll just repeat so that you are not confused. Even by chanting one name on the namabhasa platform, one will be freed from the sins and the desire to commit sins and ignorance which is the cause of the desire to commit sin. Why are we committing sin? Or why do we have the desire to commit sin? Because of our ignorance, because of our improper understanding, because of our misconception of the self. All these things are completely finished, and even the desire for liberation will be finished by this. Okay, so that is the end of the purport and also end of time for today. So we will continue tomorrow. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Panchatattvatmak Shri Gaura Hari ki jai. परमाराधितम पतित पावन स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोस्वामी श्री गुरु महाराज की जय. नित्य लीला प्रविष्टोम विष्णुपाद प्रवंश स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति दयित माधव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय. जगत गुरु श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय. श्री श्री रूपानुग गुरुवर्ग की जय. श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ षड गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय. श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. सपरिकर श्री राधा मदन मोहन श्री राधा गोविंद श्री राधा गोपीनाथ जीव की जय. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय. श्री कृष्ण द्वैपायन वेदव्यास महामुनि की जय. श्री सुखदेव गोस्वामी एवं परीक्षित महाराज की जय. श्रीमद् भागवत श्रवणकारी भक्तवृंद की जय. श्री हरिनाम प्रभु की जय. श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय. निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल.